All right, folks, Tommy Cowett here on the lawn with you. It's a beautiful winter day. Here we are in February. Things are beginning to wake up. And I want to show you what is not awake yet. A terrible insect called scale. And it attacks these Shindo viburnum in a terrible way. This is like an armored scale insect. I just sprayed these with a dormant oil, but as you can see that white specks on these stems, and it's on the undersides of the leaves as well. Feeding in the summer, there's so many different stages of the scale insect. There's crawlers, there's egg, and they molt, and they can really infest. Last year at this time, there was no scale that I noticed on these viburnums here. And it can spread to camellia. So I just did, the most effective thing you can do in winter is a dormant oil spray. And I use the Safety Side or Tri-Tech product from Brandt. I love the stuff. It also is like an insecticidal soap, the way the Tri-Tech works, where you'll get some what they call fumago, or the black sooty mold can build up, and I'll show you some of that right here on these Burford eye hollies that are along the hedge. They're not on our customer's property. Scale is the most, it's the hardest insect to control, but as you can see, this black sooty mold, some people call it fumago. That is the residue from honeydew, from the feeding scale insect. Maybe even in some cases these did have scale terribly, and we've been spraying them for a couple of years with dormant oil in the winter, and it's kind of cleared it up quite a bit, but you still see the residue of the fumago, the fungus, or it's actually the sooty mold growing on that. It stains it, and it's very unsightly. As you can see some of it here on these leaves. You can even see some remnants of some scale up in here. So these were just, I sprayed this side just to get rid of that. Scale are really hard to control with any kind of conventional insecticide. So using these, this is euonymus scale. This is probably one of the most profuse scale insects, as you can see, and I just sprayed this one too. Gets on the stems, the leaves, attacks it. The plant has lived with it for a long time. It's very common to see a scale insect like that on euonymus, but these guys have not been attacked quite yet. I guess they're on this side of the house with the scale insect. I did a spray on those camellias too. The boxwoods look like they got a little tip burn from the snow event, and look way down there. She's got a paper plant, and some of these are these distilleums shrubs. I love these. They don't have any problems. Boxwoods, can sometimes get nematodes and root rots. Another thing I did over here today was spray the lawn for this Poa trivialis, which is also called rough-stalk bluegrass. You'll see that this time of year in February popping up. You see how it's a different color green, and the lawn is still quite dormant, the fescue lawn. There's even some bent grass in this lawn. But some of this rough-stalk bluegrass, this terrible weed, it came in from seed contamination. And it clumps up, and I'm using a product called Velocity on that, but really I want to talk about scale. See some more of that poetry. Scale, as Dr. Chang from Clemson University had told us just recently in talks at the Green and Growing show in Greensboro, was that the predators, things like predatory wasps and predatory different types of beetles, they'll do 96% of your work for them. So going out and spraying is kind of futile. It actually defeats the purpose of what you're trying to accomplish. You're killing your beneficial insects. Not only that, you're killing bees. And that's one thing we completely want to avoid. So what I recommend, look it up, Tritech from Brandt Corporation. That's a great product. That's a dormant oil. It's a petroleum distillate. It almost acts like an insecticidal soap. I've actually seen it clean the fumago, clean the black sooty mold off of some plants that had it for years and years and years. And believe me, last spring I was high-fiving with some customers. We've been trying to get rid of it for years, and we did it. We were high-fiving in the driveway after accomplishing that goal, is to get rid of that black, ugly, sooty mold. So folks, Tommy Cowett here signing out on the lawn, and I hope y'all are having a great one, ready to kick off a new year. Haven't uploaded a video in a while to YouTube, but here's my first one of the season. Hey, happy 2017.